It's important to have an international celebration for International Women's Day because today women comprise more than 50% of our workplace. So when we celebrate women, we need to talk about their full lives and the full contributions that they make to our society as well as to corporate America, state, and government.
I think that women today have just an amazing opportunity to have an impact on each other and on other cultures and other parts of the world to forward progress in a very positive way.
Well, I grew up in the 80s, and so obviously I grew up in Thatcher's Britain, and so I grew up where it was quite normal to have a woman in a leadership position. She broke down barriers and went to places where women didn't have a voice before.
I saw that those women from the previous generations, they start a path, they start a way of, they start changing mentalities, and they start trying to have a voice in society.
My mother was college educated, would have liked to be a doctor, but unfortunately at the time women in our communities were not professionals. I think it was very important to my mother that I be educated and have a profession. And today most of the younger women are professionals, they have a college education, and they have their own income. So that's the biggest change that has happened from my mother's generation to mine.
The changes that my mother and my grandmother and my aunts inspired in me were hard work, diligence, be good at whatever it is you're doing. My mother was an anomaly in her day because she held several graduate degrees. But what she taught me was that there is no barrier as long as you work hard and strive for what you want. Be yourself.
Yeah, an inspiration to me is my grandmother. She raised 3 children, she cooked and cleaned every day. She helped run the cattle property with my grandfather in remote Australia. So, things were pretty tough, and, it's just do it was the attitude.
Yeah, I think there's been some amazing women over the years who have really paved the way for change for all of us. It's interesting because I say to my daughter, she's only 6, but I say to her all the time, don't think that you can't do what the boys do. And her reaction is interesting because she says, I know, Mummy, I know that.
I mean, more and more women are working. Women are really pushing hard to get more than 70 cents on the dollar for what every man earns. I think over time there will be more equality, and the voice of the female will be stronger.
So when I think about what advice that I can give to the younger generation, I would have to say, very simply, go for it. Put yourself out there, put yourself in uncomfortable situations, and you're going to learn from it.
I believe that society, as everything in life, balance is key. It's important to have men and women cooperating together to have a much more balanced view of societies.
I hope we'll get to a point where we don't talk about diversity in relation to men and women anymore. It will just be equal footing, but we have a seat at the table, which is normal.